You have a project you've been almost ready to launch for 3 months. Maybe it's something at work, a proposal, a process change, a presentation that keeps getting one more round of polish. Or maybe it's a side project you've been quietly building, but you haven't shown it to anyone because it's not quite there yet. Nothing is broken and everything is pretty darn good, but no one has seen it, and until that happens, you're in self-licking ice cream code mode. In other words, you're stalled. But there's a framework that fixes this. Today we're breaking down the OODA Loop, what it is, what the research says about why cycling through it faster leads to better outcomes, and we'll wrap up with 3 protocols to use the OODA Loop to stop stalling on your projects, your ideas, and the feedback people need to hear from you on. The OODA Loop was developed by U.S. Air Force Colonel John Boyd. Boyd spent years watching fighter pilots make split-second calls and asked what separated the ones who survived from the ones who didn't. His answer wasn't raw talent or faster reflexes. It was loop speed. The pilots who moved through information, made a call, and adjusted based on what came back faster than the environment was changing around them consistently came out ahead. He mapped the OODA Loop into 4 stages. Number 1, observe. Take in what's actually happening around you. Number 2, orient. Filter it through what you know and what you value. Number 3, decide. Pick a direction. And number 4, act. Go. Then the loop restarts. New information comes in, you observe again, you adjust. The advantage doesn't come from one perfect decision. It comes from moving forward and cycling through faster than anyone around you can shift. Here's what the research says about Boyd's OODA Loop. A 1989 study published in the Academy of Management journal titled Making Fast Strategic Decisions in High-Velocity Environments studied 8 real companies in fast-moving markets. The finding? Fast decision makers used more information than slow ones. They weren't cutting corners. They were moving through each stage without freezing. And the companies cycling faster consistently outperformed the ones that didn't. More information, faster cycles, better outcomes. The people or organizations that waited at a step weren't making themselves smarter. It was making them slower. Now here are 3 protocols to run a tighter loop. Number 1, ship the draft, not the masterpiece. If your project has been quote unquote almost ready for more than 2 weeks, the loop has stalled in the act phase. You observed, you oriented, you decided, and then you stopped. Pick a version that's good enough to get a real reaction and put it in front of one person, a colleague, a friend, a single customer. That reaction is new data. It feeds the next observe phase, and the whole loop starts moving again. Waiting for perfect means the loop never closes. Number 2, test the idea before you finish building it. Most side projects die not from lack of effort, but from lack of early contact with reality. You build in private, you refine in private, and 6 months later, you surface something nobody asked for. Run a shorter loop. Before you finish building, find out if what you're building is solving a real problem. Send a 3-sentence description to 5 people and ask what questions it raises. What comes back reshapes your orient phase and saves you months of building in the wrong direction. And protocol number 3 for you, give the feedback before you have the perfect words. Managers who wait for the ideal moment to deliver feedback are running a loop with no act phase. The team member can't observe, orient, or adjust because nothing has been said. You don't need a polished speech. You need a real signal sent in time to matter. A 2-minute honest conversation today does more than a perfectly crafted one that arrives after the damage is done. The OODA Loop isn't a decision-making trick. It's a reminder that your edge at work, on your projects, in the relationships you're responsible for, come from how fast you're willing to close the loop, not how long you're willing to hold it open. Pick one loop that's stalled, close it before the week is out, and watch how much faster you make progress. Your move.